Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and I am here with day 23 of 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life. And here is our 2-page spread for today, and this was created by JQ Crafty on YouTube. Jackie is one of the hoppers below, so you can find her link in my description box. So you should definitely check her out. She's got some really awesome layouts that she creates. And the prompt for Dottie About Flair for this sketch is a long title. And I'm going to be using these these pictures from dropping my daughter off at school. She's no longer in this school or in that building, so I don't have a problem with posting these pictures and not covering up the school name or her residence hall. And these are my embellishments and stickers. I was just showing those on the white paper so that you could see they're like little stick figures. And then I pulled this Park Lane black and white, as well as this maroon, because that is the school colors, and I thought that and the white and black would be perfect together. So I've got my papers, my embellishments, some pictures, and a sketch, and these awesome Dottie About Flair that are penguins. So let's see how this goes. So the first thing I did was pull my papers out of here, and I've probably spent 30 minutes debating on what paper pad or papers or brand or designer I wanted to use. And I decided I wanted to use this black and white just because that pop of red or maroon would really stand out. And I originally didn't think I would do this in her school colors because pretty much everything I've done is in her school colors. But I realized those are all in her school, in her personal book that she will take with her, and so I decided I was going to go ahead and stick with maroon, and it was just some cardstock. I had 2 pieces, cut a circle out of one of them, and I will use the one that I cut the circle out of as one of the mats. So I cut my papers down, and they are a 1/2 inch to cut off the top and a 1/4 inch to cut off the side, because I luckily noted that the sketch has one big mat, so it's like a 12 by 24. So I decided to use the maroon and white to mat my 3 pictures that I cut into 4x4. And then I have this cut apart, says Love This Life, from the black and white paper pad. And since it's not square, I matted it on, I'm going to mat it on black in a minute. And then I put it on a 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 square so that it is the same size and everything, and keeps that fluent look to it, just like in the sketch. So I really don't change a whole lot from the sketch, except I make a mistake. It might have already made it, but my plan was to cut the pie pieces out of the circle before I tack it down, so that I can use one, cut it in half, and then use one. Nope, I haven't made my mistake yet. Yep, so here I go taping it down before cutting out the part in the middle. And I use my Nuvo because this white paper is textured and it's got some gloss on it. And so I figured that I would want to use my Nuvo Deluxe to give that extra adhesiveness on there. So, yep, as soon as I pat that down and rub it real good so it sticks, I realize, oh, I did not cut the pie pieces out. So I kind of pull on that bottom left part of it to see if it will come up, and it's not. It's going to tear, and it's just not worth it. So I decide to make my own pie piece without the circle to work with, and yeah, I can't cut a triangle for anything. I wanted a round edge, and instead of having it meet in the middle, I decided I would just have them come off the circle some, and the ends are going to get covered, so I'm not too worried about it. I make a white one and a black one, and I'm perfectly fine with the fact that they do not look like they really came right out of this pie. But anyway, mistakes happen, and I love the way that this layout ended up looking, so all is well. So I go ahead and mat my pictures, and I do the maroon that matches, of course, everything on opposite corners and white on the other. And I get those tacked down onto each other, but not onto the layout yet, because I want to maneuver those and figure out where I want to put them. In the sketch, it has a subtitle in between the two sets of pictures, but because I used that cut apart and it says "Love This Life" on it, I decided that would be my subtitle, and I don't need to add more to this paper. I was originally planning on using 2 matching papers, and when I didn't have any in this collection and I really wanted to use it, I decided that since I had this in the white with the black flowers and the black with the white flowers, that would be perfect. And I really do love the way it turned out. Pretty much all of my embellishments are either maroon, maroon, black, or white. There is a little bit of a tan or a brown that comes in with some of my embellishments, but I'm perfectly okay with that. So see, I cover up the point of the pie pieces with the picture. I want to make sure that I'm getting it down evenly, so I cut the ends off. And I'm just decorating these 11.5 by 11 and 3/4 without the mat on them, so that I can get them completely created and then mat them, which I think most people probably do that. I sometimes do things completely randomly and will mat my picture and then decorate it. You know, it just depends on what my crazy brain decides to do. So I use my black soot to just ink the edge of the white one, I'm putting quotes around the word triangle because it is not a triangle, even if it wasn't curved. It's a hot mess. Anyway, so I ink the edge with black soot just so it'll stand out a little bit. Not that I want to draw attention to my cuckoo triangle. And I get my T ruler out to make sure that my pictures are pretty even. I mostly eyeball, but I want them to be about an inch down and about an inch over. It is not super measured, but I did use the T ruler. Yay, go, man. I got this T ruler. Actually, I got a set of 2 of them for like $6 on Amazon. Super good deal. And when I use them, it comes in handy. So I get all of those down, and I did put this Love This Life on black. I matted it, and then I put it up on Fun Foam. Really, it's unfun foam because it doesn't have any adhesive on it. So I just used my Nuvo Deluxe adhesive to get it adhered down. And so that gives a little dimension on this page, because there's going to be a little dimension on the matching on the left page. So not just my Dottie About Flair, which are sitting upside down up on the top of this layout, because I put, since it's not fun foam, I had to glue the inside, and I didn't want the glue to drip or anything. So I get out these 2 sets of Jolie stick embellishments. One is called Classroom, and one is Day at School. These are probably from 2006, 2007. It wouldn't surprise me. Most of my Jolies came from some mystery kits that I bought off eBay when my husband was deployed to Afghanistan in 2006, 7, and 8. So, yeah. So this stuff is pretty old. I was impressed that it was still sticky. So I just kind of put things in different places. This chair, I liked it because it was more of a burgundy or maroon. The other chair that came in the other collection had maroon legs, but the seat and the little table were red. And I thought that was strange, so I didn't want to use that. But I used the other one, and so because the silver came in, I do add a silver enamel dot later to add that in. So I'm putting down my little flare, and they are little penguins. I chose to go with the penguins for a couple of reasons. One, they definitely match the color theme that I was going with. These came from a collection called Penguin Love from Dottie About Flair, and the other one had little hearts all over it. It was so cute, but I already used that. So, and I love penguins, so I felt like that they fit. I have a couple of back to school flare, but one was like a backpack and it was more of a pinky color, and the other one was the alphabet, and the colors in it would not have worked. So I felt like the pink ones would be perfect, and they are so cute. So I am now getting them down, and I was very glad that I remembered that this was supposed to meet in the middle and not be perfectly centered on each side. I have almost made that mistake before, and so I'm glad that I actually remembered this time. And I'm just using my tape runner to get that down, and I put a bunch more on there. I just cut that part out because I have a feeling you all are quite aware of how to adhese things. The other thing that is on this layout that I did not talk about as it went down, I have these Stickopotamus stickers that are stick figures, and one of them is hugging, or well, it's a set of two people hugging, and then there's another one of two people standing there holding hands. And so I matted them. They're black, so I matted them on white and just fussy cut pretty much around them, and so that they would have a white border. I tucked the hugging one up there at the top by my husband and my daughter hugging, and the one of the two people holding hands right on top of the chalkboard down there, right underneath the flare, because that is me and my daughter with our masks on and then without. This is during the pandemic, 2020, because I'm still working on my 2020 album. And so I didn't want to add any of my Quarantine by Simple Stories because there's a whole lot of different colors that I just didn't want to bring in. So I feel like the fact that we're wearing masks in this one picture is pretty obvious. So I pull out my thickers to see about a title, and I had a title in mind, so I was just looking to see if any of my thickers were together to where I could just pull a word out instead of having to build the word with the alphas, but that didn't happen. So I pull out these Sticko foam alphas, and I start to pull the black letters off because I'm going to alternate between black, white, and white, and realize I want to start with the last word so that I can get it where I want it and then go from there. So I start with the word girl and go backwards. So in the end, the title is Dropping Off Our Girl. And I do have this little side comment. I don't know, I guess it could be a subtitle down below the picture that says New Kid on the Block. That was from a kids collection. I couldn't even tell you, but it was the last thing on that sticker sheet, and it's perfect for her first day being dropped off on campus and in her residence hall, so I thought that was a good fit. So I get the word girl down there. I decide I want our to go up a little, and I'm thinking that I'll do our and then off a little and then dropping at the top. And after I get the hour on there, I realize it's too high, and I could have moved it, but I just made it work and just had off an hour on the same line. And I'm not going to make you watch me do this whole entire thing. I don't think. I think I cut part of this out because, there's no reason for you to watch me. There you go. So dropping off our girl, and I really didn't add any more except for some enamel dots that came from the Paper Studio. I love them. I bought a few for myself, and then my friend just sent me a box full of rainbow, and it had another pack of these white, black, and gray enamel dots. So I'm using up what's on mine, and then when I run out of those, I will pull the ones that my friend Sarah sent me. So I just use the black and the white, but I do bring in a silver one at the bottom corner by that chalkboard, mostly because there is silver on the other layout with that, the chair. And so I just felt like that was, going to bring that color in. So I think that's it. And I'm going to show you the sketch up close. I hope that you all will go down below in the description box and follow along with all the amazing scrappers that are creating with either every one of these layouts, some of them. There's YouTube videos. You can go to Instagram. There's some Instagram accounts down below. You can go to Facebook to 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life and see all the layouts that people are posting. Not all of them have YouTube or Instagram. So I hope you all will check those out, and I hope you all come back tomorrow for day 24. And Or no, yeah, day 24, yeah. So have a great day and happy scrapping.